Hi Pisces, welcome back to Leigh Intuitive Tarot. My name is Leigh, and today we're going to delve further into new love with you and your soulmate by doing another spread. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there is a link in the description box below. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, give me 1 second. All right. Okay, here we go. All right, Pisces. Overall energy for you for this week is the Four of Pentacles. So this is talking about holding back, okay? You may not be ready to open up in a relationship because of the things that you've experienced. This can talk about holding on too tightly. You may be holding on to past things. We're going to clarify to see what Spirit wants to say about this, okay? Then we've got the Five of Swords showing up here. This can talk about, you know, mind games, but it can also speak of like winning at all costs, like you wanting to be with your new person at all costs. But if that's the case, you know, if you are holding yourself back emotionally, you're going to have to stop this, because this right here is counterintuitive to what it is that you're wanting, okay? All right. Underneath this is the Nine of Wands. This is talking about, you know, the wounded warrior. I understand you've been through a lot. I understand you got a lot going on, but you got to heal this. You got to stop coming out in this energy, and your person has to as well. But I feel like they understand the assignment and they're doing it. I'm not saying you don't understand the assignment, but the question is, are you doing it, Pisces? That's the question, okay? Underneath this is the Queen of Pentacles, earth sign, or someone with a lot of earth in their chart, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. What this is telling me is that, you know, you and this person both see each other as the one. You want to be in a long-term committed and stable relationship. But, you know, I keep telling y'all, it's not going to come for free. You have to do your work if you want this to succeed. Because even if you get into, let me tell you this. Let's say this. Even if you get into a relationship with this person right now, there's no guarantee that you're going to be able to sustain it. That's what I'm trying to get y'all to understand. Because if you don't come out of this energy, hold on. If you don't come out of this energy here and you try to go into a relationship with somebody, this is what you want. But you ain't gonna get that, is what I'm trying to tell you. It's because you have to be happy first in order to be in a relationship with somebody and be happy, okay? And so if you showing up as the Four of Pentacles, your ass ain't happy. Let's just be honest, because you know I'm gonna fucking tell you the truth, whether you like it or not. Because this ain't, I keep trying to tell y'all, this ain't that type of tarot card channel where we fucking talk about puppy dogs and unicorns without you doing the goddamn work to make them appear, okay? All right, so let's start by clarifying this Four of Pentacles, okay? Like I said, I'm hoping that this ain't a reading where I'm gonna have to get on y'all, because I'm already getting on you, and we ain't even 5 minutes into the damn read, okay? Hold on, let me see what's going on. I see your twin in these cards trying to come up. And let me say this too. Y'all with this, look, we got abusive, drunken love showing up here. Anger issues. Okay, let me say this. Let me tell you this. If the twin comes up in this read, we're going to talk about it right now. I don't give a fuck if you like it or not. If this person comes up in your reading, what you need to understand, Pisces, is that this is your energy I'm reading. So if the person is showing up, that means that they're still sitting in your energy. So how is it my fault if they show up in the read when I'm reading your energy? You explain that to me. I'll wait. I'm just trying to understand. I'm just trying to understand, because some of y'all watch tarot and then it's like y'all don't understand what is happening. How can you watch all these hours of tarot and not realize what is happening? I'm reading your energy. I'm not grabbing arbitrary energy out of the sky. Spirit is giving me your story. If you watching this thing and it's resonating with you, I'm reading your shit. So if the person is showing up in your read, you need to get mad at yourself. Don't get mad at me, because I ain't got nothing to do with that. I'm focusing on new love. I told you that from the beginning of the read, right? But we got all this kind of crazy stuff showing up. When I split the deck, I see the first card I see say fucking Twin Flame. So it is not coming from me. This is coming from you. I'm not trying to force you to talk about this person from the past, okay? But if it comes up and it's showing up in your energy, it needs to be talked about, because you need to get this person out if you don't want to be with them, okay? It's because you're not doing what you need to do to get the person out, okay? Because, like I said, they coming hard. They've been coming hard in these cards for the whole 12 signs. Not just you. But your shit is showing up before I can even get the goddamn cards on the damn table. So we got to talk about it. Okay, anyway, we have abusive junk in love showing up here and anger issues, okay? We could explain this away and say this is about the twin, but for some of y'all, or they could be, let me say this, they could be a symptom of these fucking issues, but they still your fucking issues if they showing up. So Spirit is telling me that if this is showing up in your shit, you need to fucking fix it, okay? Aquarius, oh God, why am I calling you Aquarius? You might be dealing with an Aquarius. Pisces, I know I'm reading for Pisces. That's why I'm like, why did that come out of my mouth? Maybe y'all twins, some of y'all twins was Aquarius, or this new person that's coming in is Aquarius. But I shouldn't be seeing no shit like this at the late stage of the game when you're talking about y'all are champing at the bit and you ready to be with your person. Because like I keep telling y'all, I'm not trying to wash your face with this, but Spirit told me what I had to do. I'm not going to tell you I didn't want that I wanted to do it. I didn't want to do it, but I did the healing, right? I've opened myself up to this because I'm ready to be with my person. I'm putting my money where my mouth is. I'm not just saying I want to be with them, but my actions are saying something different. See, I told you, this is about manifestation. It's about you being in alignment. You're not going to get what you want. You're gonna get what you're being. So if you sitting in energy like this, or you're attracting this type of shit because something in you is attracting it, then that means ain't no healing going on. Or if it is, you ain't gotten to this yet, okay? And Spirit is pointing to this to show you that you still got other shit you need to work on, okay? All right, hold on. Because see, look, secret admirer. It says there's someone in your orbit who's totally into you, but they haven't found the nerve to make a move yet, okay? But they ain't going to be, look, okay, let me say this. Let me give you an example. What if this person does get up the courage to decide to make a move, Pisces, and come towards you, right? And you come out like this. What do you think is going to happen when this happens? Do you think this is the recipe for a beautiful fucking relationship? I'm just wanting to know the answers. Because I'm just shocked that I'm seeing this type of shit off the bat. Okay? Like I said, and don't feel no kind of way, because all the other signs that gave me crazy cards like this, where Spirit gave me these cards like this, I talked to their ass too. Okay? So don't feel no type of way. Like I said, I got to give you this tough love because I shouldn't be seeing no shit like this. Okay? I understand you're going to have your down periods. But this right here is 2 cards. It's talking about fucking anger, and then talk about abusive drunken love. Some of you, I get that you experience this with your person, but anger issues, I feel like some of y'all are still fucking angry, okay, about this, and it's time to let it go. Because I can tell when you're angry. When you come at me in the comments and you tell me, oh, I seen it, you said something about the twins. Why you getting mad at me? But then you'll say that you're healed. You ain't fucking healed if you still talk about the twin. Because like I told you, with me, you hear when I talk about the twin, right? You don't see me get mad because I don't have no feelings for him. I told you. I keep trying to explain to y'all. Some of y'all think the opposite of love is hate. It's not hate. It's indifference. It's where you don't give a fuck one way or the other. And that's the point. That's what I sit in. And don't get me wrong. I thank God every day that I sit in indifference. But I also know the reason why I sit in indifference is because I did the work to sit in indifference. I didn't just shove the shit down and say, okay, well, I guess, because I keep telling y'all, you have to learn from what you just experienced with these people from the past. Because if you don't learn it, you doomed to repeat it. And I'm telling you, it'll be the same fucking shit you go through. It can happen with this soulmate. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand. Some of y'all think that, oh, Spirit's giving us this as a reward, this and that. They ain't going to act like it. Not if you didn't heal. If you didn't heal, this is what I'm trying to get you to understand. If you don't fix you, or change you or identify differently as you, the other people, they can't just come in the right way if you haven't done what you need to do to identify as somebody who, you know, now I don't want to say deserving, because I feel like you do deserve it. But if you don't identify as somebody who is open and receptive to that because they've done their work, then you ain't gonna show up. The people are not gonna show up the way you want them to. They can't. They can't. That's the way this world works. That's why I keep trying to get y'all to understand. Okay? It's the laws of the universe. And you can't circumvent the laws of the universe. You can try it and say, oh, well, I'm just gonna wait till they come, or I'm not gonna do it, or, you know, whatever. And okay. But then, like I said, don't be coming at me in the damn comments talking no shit, because I'm just gonna block you. I'm just gonna block you. Like I say, I love y'all, but if you step wrong, you're gone. That's gonna be my motto from now on. Okay? All right, let's move on. Okay, so let me pull some cards for your person and see what's going on with them. Where's their deck? There it is. Hold on. One second. Okay. Like I said, I'm rooting for y'all. I want you to look. I want you to have what you want to see. Okay, so your person has inner childhood wounds here. Okay. We got the purge card there, but they're letting go of their shit. They letting go of their shit. I like this combination. Like I said, Spirit will show me what is going on. Okay. If something shows up that's fucked up, but the person is working on it, Spirit will show me that they're working on it, like this. Okay. But then look, because this is why they're doing it. They want the union. They want to be their best selves so they can come in and the two of you can be together. Okay. And it's happening. They moving in silence because we got the moon here, right? So you don't, like I said, if I didn't tell you this, you wouldn't even know this person was doing this, right? Nobody will probably know but them and Spirit. So then we got the mirroring card. So the two of you are mirroring each other. So you have, and I feel like what Spirit means by that is that you both have similar issues, right? So because of that, you need to be working on your motherfucking shit too. I keep telling you, if you want this person to show up a certain way, you got to be a certain way. It's not about them. Everybody keep thinking, oh, it's them. It's you, sweetie. It's you. It's you. I've been telling you this from the very fucking beginning. It is you. It is how you identify. So if you identify as this or saying you deserve this, because some of y'all believe you do, otherwise it wouldn't be coming out in the cards, right? I'm trying to get you to understand what is happening here, okay? Because I'm not doing anything but shuffling the cards and dealing them, and Spirit is telling me what is going on, okay? But the things that are showing up, they coming out of your energy. They ain't coming out of mine, okay? All right, let's move on. So when it comes to that first question, the first question is what you're going to learn from this person. So we've got the Emperor, Aries energy, the Moon, Cancer or Pisces. We have the King of Swords, air sign, or someone with a lot of air in their chart, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. And we also have the Two of Swords. So I feel like what Spirit is saying is that, like I said, you're going to learn how to stand in your power with the Emperor, right? And learn how to be disciplined, learn how to be practical, all of these things, that the Emperor possesses. This is about, having all of the best qualities of all the kings, right? Then we have the Moon here, okay? This is about you learning how to open up, okay? Release certain things, be receptive, and to be open and honest about your feelings with your person, okay? Because I tell you, we talk about this all the time because I'm a water sign too, and I understand when somebody hurt my feelings, the first thing I do, I'm like, fuck you, and I shut down, right? But this person has not done anything to you yet, okay? They're coming, and when I say yet, I'm saying yet because you can't get into a relationship with anybody and think that they're never going to do anything to hurt your feelings, and I don't mean intentionally. People make mistakes, right? Sometimes they do things the way they know how to do them, and you may get hurt as a part of the you may become, your feelings may become a part of the fallout, right? Painful feelings. but it's not, it's the person's intention, because I feel like the last person you were with didn't give a fuck, okay? And whatever happened to you, oh fucking well. That's the mindset I get off of this old person. But this new person is not that. But I'm just saying, they haven't done anything for you to becoming shut down, angry, emotionally unavailable, okay? So if you want to be in a relationship and you want to let this person in, it requires you to show up in a different way, okay? All right, so then we got the Two of Swords here. This is talking about, you know, I feel like this person is going to show you, you know, a lot of ways in which you self-sabotage, you know, you put your head in the sand, you ignore red flags, all of these things. This person is going to show you what a proper relationship, a healthy relationship is supposed to look like, right? And help you to come out of this where, you know, you have a blinders on, you don't want to see certain things about a person and so on and so forth, because being truthful and being honest, that's how you respect yourself, right? By looking at how this person is treating you and dealing with it from there. So then we got the King of Swords showing up. This is talking about, you know, this person is going to show you how to sit in this energy of independence, right? And I feel like this is going to be a relationship where you and this person are going to understand each other on a mental level, okay? It's not, you're going to vibe on other levels too, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically. But for this person, this type of person, I feel like they're primarily logical, even though they're in touch with their emotions. And they're going to show you, you know, there's somebody, let me say this. There's somebody where they need somebody in their life. And I feel like you are the same, where you need somebody that understands you. They need somebody that understands them. And like I said, I feel like you're going to have a lot of similarities in the way that you think. Okay. All right. Hold on. All right. So let's clarify. Yeah. See, this person, they've had a lot of regrets, okay, in the past, you know, about things that they've gone through. All right. But they are doing the shadow work on themselves, which is what you need to be doing to let go of that anger. And, you know, if there's some drunken love or some stuff going on with that damn alcohol card. Oh God, hold on 1 second. And then we got the winter time here. So you may be coming into contact with this person for the first time in winter, or you may be coming into a, you know, committed connection. You know, y'all may be making it official in the winter time, okay, which is right around the corner if you live in the United States, okay? Winter starts this month, somebody told me, like at the end of the month, okay? So we've got the mistakes card showing up here. This person has, you know, made mistakes, but they're doing what they can to rectify them and to learn from them so that they don't repeat them. And then we got this fucking curse card coming up again. I told you, I'm not that type of reader that likes to talk about shit like this, but if it comes up, if spirit gives it to me, just like with the twins, the twin cards, we gonna talk about them if it needs to be talked about. So you got somebody, I feel like this is, you know, maybe your ex. This could be your person's ex, because it's coming out on their side, okay? Where it says hex, witchcraft. It can also talk about negative mindset. Let me say that too. Having a negative mindset is, to me, is just as bad as being cursed, because you are setting yourself up for failure. You know, you are realizing, I mean, you are saying things, speaking things into existence that you don't fucking want, that are the opposite of the things that you actually do want, okay? So we're going to put that to the side. Okay, let's pull some cards for you. Let's see what comes up for you. Okay, let's see. So, you know, you and this person are going to want to travel the world together. Okay, all right. This is what I wanted to see. Good, Pisces, good. It says working on self-insecurities. This is what you need to be doing. If you are not doing this, Spirit is telling you that this is what you need to do. Because I keep telling y'all, just like all these other relationships, you had to pay a certain price to be in them and to deal with whatever you dealt with. It's the same thing with this. This is not going to come for free. Nothing in this life is going to come for free, okay? And especially in this situation. There are certain things that are required of you if you want certain outcomes, okay? And that may sound harsh and it may sound cold, but I got to tell you the damn truth, okay? Then we have the emotionally withdrawn card, okay? Baby, you got to work on this, Pisces, okay? Because you are more comfortable and in touch with your feelings than other signs are, okay? And so I told you, I understand when you get hurt, this is where you go. And I get it, because I go there too. I completely shut down and it's all business. But I know that to be in this relationship where you want somebody to be completely open with you, you have to come that way for them as well. Whatever way you want them to show up, you have to be that as well, okay? It can't be no one-sided shit, because look at what happened to you in the last connection, right? You was all trying to open up and be there and love and all this shit, and this person was shitting all on you and didn't give a fuck, just wanted to fuck or you know, whatever it was, they want to play mind games and you know, mess around. And so look at what happened. I'm showing you this because if you try to go into this like this, you doing the same shit the last person did to you. You doing the same thing. You're treating this new person like the twin treated you. Okay? All right, let's pull one more card and then we're gonna move on. So we got ride or die. I love it. It says, this is about unwavering loyalty, the kind that stays through thick and thin. It says you've got a ride or die by your side. Cherish and defend them fiercely. Okay, so Spirit is telling you that this person coming in is going to be ride or die. And I feel like, Pisces, that you at your best, you are a ride or die as well. But you can't allow this shit here to fucking take over and think that you going to be in a relationship like this, because this person wants to give you all these things, but they also want them in return, is what I'm trying to get you to understand. They want them in return, and you got to be willing to give of yourself just like you take it, right? But I know when you go into a relationship, you give your all. I know that. So this is not a conversation about that. I know that when you're at your best, that's what you do. But it's about you pulling yourself out of this slump you've gotten into because of the things you just recently experienced in the past, okay? All right, let's move on. Okay, the next placement we're going to talk about is, hold on. Okay, the next placement we're going to talk about is an accurate portrayal of your person's personality, the soulmate, okay? Let's see what Spirit says. Okay. So we've got King of Cups. This is Cancer when it shows up for me. 10 of Wands. We have the Knight of Cups. Water sign is someone with a lot of water in that chart. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. And the 5 of Pentacles. So this person has been left out in the cold just like you have, okay? They have, you know, gotten all these crazy things that have happened to them just like you. You know, left on red, cheated on, stabbed in the back, you know, devalued, you know, had people, you know, chip at their self-esteem and their self-worth, right? But, you know, they've had a lot of burdens and a lot of baggage that they've had to go through as well, okay? But this person is what I'm wanting to tell you is balancing themselves out with the King of Cups. If they haven't already, this is what they're currently doing if they're not completely done with it, okay? And this is going to be somebody that's going to come towards you with the Knight of Cups. So like I said, they're hard on their sleeve, completely, you know, open and available, telling you exactly how they feel, you know, and so on and so forth, because it's what you deserve, Pisces. But you got to be this too. Like I told you, but what did we just say? Because you're mirroring each other. So if you're going to mirror each other, you got to come the same way they coming. All right? If you want this connection and you want it to last, because like I told you, this is somebody that for some of y'all is going to be the last person you ever going to be with, because you're going to be with them for the rest of your life if that's what you both decide. Okay? All right, let's move on. Let's clarify. Let's get some cards for your person first. Okay, so yeah, they're going through an awakening just like you are. Okay, this person has free will. Okay, they admire you. All right. This person admires you. They worship the ground you walk on, I feel like. They put you on a pedestal, you know, but they're using their free will for good. They're using their free will to be the best person that they can be and to, you know, work on themselves and to open themselves up to you. Okay, they fantasize about you with the fantasy card. Okay, they imagine what it's going to be like for the two of you to be together. They daydream about you a lot. And, you know, this person is all about balance, harmony. They want to have a genuine friendship with you. They want, you know, because I feel like it's going to actually be a connection where they actually like you. Okay, it's not just love. Because, you know, you hear people all the time say, they be like, oh, I love such and such and such, but I just don't like them. You know what I'm saying? You'll hear that. And to me, to hear somebody say that they love somebody and they like them, that is like, to me, one of the biggest compliments in the world, because it means that just down to your foundation, they genuinely, you know, are fond of you. Okay. All right. So let's move on. Let's get some cards for you. Okay. So, okay, we got the wounded lover showing up here. That's the twin. We're going to throw that to the side. And then, yeah, burned, wasting money. You may feel like this because of old connections that you were with. You know, you may have given of yourself, your time, your love, your money, and you may have felt like, you know, it all, you know, was a waste. But like I said, you have to take the lesson so that it doesn't feel like a waste, okay? But you're stepping into fairy tale love with this new person. But you can't be showing up like damn Cruella de Vil or whatever the male version of that is, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, and think that you're going to be able to have fairy tale love where you act like whatever way you want to act and this person just, you know, just puts up with your shit. No, you gotta be right too. I hear that damn song. What is it? Is that George Harrison? I got my mindset on you. I got my mindset on you. Got me singing on this dang thing. And then he says, you know, you got to do it. You got to do it right, child. That's what he says. You got to do it right, child. And that's what Spirit just said to clarify what I just said to you. Okay. So, you know, look, you want this comfortability, right? You want, it says this is the kind of connection that doesn't require performing. You can be messy, quiet, soft, or strong and still feel accepted, right? So this person is going to create a very comfortable space, a very soft space for you to be in. But look at how you're showing up. Afraid to love. It's natural to guard your heart, but remember, every leap of faith is a chance for a beautiful landing. I tell you this every week. Love is a fucking risk. Anything you do in this lifetime is a risk, okay? You risked on the crazy. So now is the time to risk. Spirit is telling you that this person is like the jackpot. This is the person you always wanted to be with. And I get that you're afraid, but you're going to have to leap if you want to be in this relationship. You can't half step. And like I said, I'm not saying, when I say leap, I ain't telling you to go 100 miles an hour. I'm not telling you that. You can leap in a way that is still comfortable for you. Because remember, this is the type of relationship it is. It's a relationship of comfortability, right? So start out as friends, but you need to be slowly opening up to this person. You need to be slowly letting them know that you are interested in them and you want to have a relationship with them. But like I said, go slow. Ain't nobody telling you got to go fast. I take it, you know, I'm the last person to tell you that. You need to slow down, because I told you in the past, I feel like that's what's happened. We got caught up in the feelings, and I'm saying, you hear me saying we, because the same thing happened to me. We got caught up in the damn feelings. We all giddy, we all crazy and stuff like that. And then the next thing you know, we way down the damn pipe somewhere we should we should be after a few years, and we already there like in maybe weeks, or some people in fucking days. And then we wondering why the fuck this shit is falling apart. It's because, like I said, certain things are meant to be experienced at certain times. Okay? The relationship, you have to allow this relationship, you got to treat it like fruit. You got to allow it to ripen on its own. Okay, you can't be forcing it. You can't force, you can't scream at a banana and say, oh, you're green, you need to be fucking yellow. You can't do that, okay? You can't do that to a piece of fruit and expect it to say, okay, and turn yellow. It's not gonna happen. And so it's the same thing with these relationships. I understand you wanna already be in a relationship, already be to a certain point, but just like with healing, you can't scream at yourself, oh, heal, damn it, heal. And overnight you're healed. You can't do that with a relationship neither. You can't scream at the other person and then tomorrow y'all wake up and be married and have kids and been together for 10 years. It don't work like that. You have to put in the time and the effort to get to that. Okay? And that's like I told you, you don't have to go balls to the wall all day long every day. Just work on it a little bit every day. And like I said, you'll look up and be surprised at how far you've come in a short period of time. Okay? All right. So the next placement we're going to look at talks about the driving force of this person's intention with you. Okay? Their intention to be with you. What drives them to want to be with you. Okay. So we have the Lovers, Gemini energy, Two of Wands. We got the Six of Wands, and we have the King of Pentacles, Earth sign, or someone with a lot of Earth in their chart, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So this person, let me start out by saying this. This person wants you to make a choice because they know you have to make a choice. They know there's somebody else in your energy, okay? They want you to choose them, all right? With the Two of Wands. Then we've got with the King of Pentacles, this is about them seeing you as the one, okay? And wanting to have that long-term, stable, committed relationship with you. They see you as their dream lover, okay? This could also talk about them being in the spotlight or, you know, having like recognition, success, that type of thing. Because I told you your person's very successful. And then we've got the Lover's card, which is talking about, you know, making the choice to be in this connection and you and this person vibing on every level, like I told you about when we talked about the King of Swords, right? Mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically. You are going to have a meeting of the mind. You're going to be on the same page in all of these areas of your life, okay? That's what I feel like, you know, is going on for your person, okay? The reasons why they want to be with you, okay? They want to have a fresh start, okay, in love with you. All right, there's your twin flame. I'm gonna throw it to the side. Okay, they coming up. Now they starting to come up in the damn soulmate cards. You see what I'm saying? Because like I said, what it is this person, the twin, knows that you are moving on. Just like this soulmate can feel the twin can feel the soulmate. Okay. So this soulmate is healing themselves. See, this is the difference between the soulmate and the twin. Okay, they're releasing, purifying, cleansing. They're getting rid of things that they need to get rid of because they realize that this is what has to happen in order to have this fresh start here. I'm trying to move my hand so you can see the words. Okay. All right, let's pull some cards for you. Okay. So Spirit is telling you to get into your divine counterpart energy. I'm not going to say divine or, masculine or feminine because we got guys that are watching as well. So divine counterpart energy. And then we have, transform, let go of certain things, okay? Like I said, some of you I feel like you have walked away from this other person. And part of the reason why they're showing up is because they're refusing to let go, but I still feel like some of you are still holding on to this person as well. And let me explain why I'm saying this. Because of the anger. Because like I said, anger is still emotion. You still have feelings for this person. They may not be positive ones, but you still have some. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand. That's why I'm saying get rid of the anger. Because some people feel like can believe that anger is like I'll be angry and I'll be able to push this person away from it. You still you holding on to them energetically when you hold on to the anger. Okay? And like I told you, 9 times out of 10, this person ain't even thinking about the anger. They don't even care that you motherfucking angry. They probably don't even fucking know why or even care why. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand. Anger only hurts you. It ain't hurting no damn body else if the person don't give a shit. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand, okay? All right, let me get one more card, then we're going to move on to the next placement. Yeah, so we got miles apart showing up here. It says, so you and this person, for a lot of you, are at a distance. It says, even though you're physically apart, you're deeply emotionally entangled. Long distance love is never easy, but it's not impossible, okay? All right. But the thing is, you know, for the majority of you, eventually you and this person will come together, okay? It's not just because it starts out as long distance. For those of you that don't like long distance, I don't like it either. But everything's not going to start out exactly the way that you want it to. This is somebody that will be willing to, you know, make the adjustments or changes needed in order for the both of you to be together, okay? Whether they need to move, they'll be receptive to you coming to where they are, so on and so forth, okay? All right, so the next placement we're going to talk about is, how does this person truly feel about you, okay? Let's see what Spirit wants to say. Okay, so we've got the Eight of Cups, Parish card, which is Scorpio energy, all right? And then the Ace of Swords, okay? So this person wants to have a fresh new start in love. They want lots of communication. You know, they want to be truthful with you, all right? About their feelings, about everything. With the Eight of Cups, you know, I feel like you've inspired this person with the Eight of Cups to walk away and turn away from things that no longer serve them. It could also be talking about people, okay, that no longer serve them. For some of you, this person may have had still been lingering in the energy of the past person that they were with, their past ex, and maybe only had one foot out of the door. But I feel like with this Eight of Cups showing up, this is Spirit saying that you may have been the inspiration that allowed them to make the decision and say, yeah, I just need to be all the way gone, okay? Because they are looking and seeing the feelings that they have for you, and they realize that what they're feeling for you is the way a relationship is supposed to be, and not whatever was going on. It's almost like a comparison, because there's a card that comes up in some of these cards that I use for message cards from your person, and it says, I compare others to you. And I feel like it's like that, like you're the Holy Grail and they compare other people to you, and it helps them to make certain decisions and let go of certain things, and you know, stuff like that. It has to do, like I said, with their feelings for you, and so on and so forth. Then we got this Parish card here. This is Scorpio energy. This is talking about, you know, this person feeling like you're their new beginning, because remember, things have to end in order to have, you know, a fresh new start, or to have a brand new beginning. Things have to end, okay? All right, so they're going through their transformation. I feel like you're inspiring them to do this because, you know, you're who they want to be with, all right? So we've got ecstasy, okay? Chasing thrills, excitement, good times. So this person, you know, they really got the feels for you. Let me say it like that. Okay. All right. So for some of you, your person could be going through the dark night of the soul here. All right. You could be as well, because the two of you mirror. Then we got the Crossroads card coming up here, which is, again, talking about a choice. So this person, like I said, is wanting you to choose them. All right. And then with the Barrier card, you know, I feel like this dark night of the soul is going to break away and tear away any barriers that may be lingering, or help to do that, okay? All right. Let's get some cards for you. Okay, so we've got this person, you know, being a businessman or businesswoman, okay? Somebody, a provider, very stable. This is like the King of Pentacles, which just showed up. So it's like showing up again. And then we got equal love. So, you know, you both are going to be, you know, experiencing equal love, equal give and take. you know, you both going above and beyond for each other. Okay, so we've got a make the move card. It says make a move card. It says swipe, speak, show up. Whatever your move is, now's the time to make it. Waiting won't align you, action will. I feel like this is Spirit telling you, you need to give yourself a kick in the damn ass, or kick in the pants, whatever way you want to say it, and start to make a move towards healing your fucking self. Okay, but a lot of you want to get here. You rushing stuff. We just talked about that, right? If you're going to be with this person forever, why do you need to rush this? How you going to try to rush some shit and you sitting in this type of damn fucking energy? That's what I want to know. Please explain this to me. How you going to go from this to this? It don't make no sense, Pisces. I gotta get on you. I gotta get on you. I don't like seeing stuff like this. Cause to me, it's like you going backwards, or you not doing what the fuck you supposed to be doing. You getting lazy. But you, this is what you want. Okay, let me look. This is what you want. Okay, but this is what is happening because you ain't fucking ready. You ain't making no moves. But this is what you want. So that's what I'm saying. Your mouth is saying one thing, right? And then your actions are saying something else. The shit's not aligning. Remember I told you, what did I tell you about manifestation? You have to be what it is you want. So you have to identify as the person who is in a beautiful relationship. Like this, without the words at the bottom. Like this, right? So knowing this, you got to start to ask yourself, okay, well, if I want to be like this, right? Not rushing things, but if I eventually want to get to this with my person, how do I have to show up in order for that to happen? How do I have to identify? And then that's what you need to do. Like I said, it shouldn't be no issue for you to do that. Because as bad as some of y'all say y'all want y'all person, so show me, because I'm waiting on you to show me, okay? Where we don't have these fucking cards coming to some fucking anger and all this shit, okay? Because unless you angry because this person ain't here yet, how you gonna get angry about the stuff? Because like I said, if there's still time, it's because there are things that have to be done on both sides, not just you. I told you your person got childhood issues, okay? Inner childhood wounds that they're working on as well. And like I told you, if you baking a cake or you baking a pie and you take it out the oven in the middle of it cooking and try to eat it, you're going to fucking get sick because it's not ready, right? And so I don't know about y'all, but I don't want a half-baked person. Because even if they did show up and I find out you're half-baked, I'm like, you got to go finish doing what you need to do. Because we can't be together until you right. Because think about it. Think about how shortchanged you would feel. Let's say you was making the moves you need to make, right? And this person shows up like this, like what you trying to do, rushing things, right? And after spending some time with this person, you start to see some shit is off, and that they not sitting in the energy that they supposed to be sitting in, right? Now, let me give it to you like this. Because I was going to ask you, how would you feel? But let me give it to you in an even more graphic way that you would understand. Let's say that you are somebody that takes care of themselves, right? You all about health. You all about the way you look, right? Like your outside, okay? I'm gonna use something mainstream, so everybody gonna pick this one up. What if you're somebody like you're a gym rat or something like that, and you don't play around, you watch what you eat, you do all these things to take care of yourself, right? And say your person shows up and they looking like they don't take care of themselves. They just eat whatever the fuck they want to do. They want to eat and do whatever they want to do. How the fuck would you feel? Because you like, bitch, I take care of myself. Why the fuck you ain't taking care of yourself, right? But they expecting to be with you, and you done the work. But they ain't done no work, and they thinking that's supposed to be okay. And I understand this is a unconditional love situation, and I'm in no way trying to body shame anybody or anything. But I'm using this as a more graphic example to show to make my point about what I'm telling you. So you will feel somewhat shortchanged unless larger body types, because some people love larger body types. Like for instance, a lot of men especially in this day and age, love thick women. That's why you see all these women getting they asses shot up and getting their lips blown up and all this stuff like this, because a lot of them realize that that's what men like, right? A lot of men like it. Ain't everybody, but a lot of them like it, okay? So saying all of that, what if you're somebody where you don't like that? That's not normally your type. I'm not saying you're not still gonna have feelings for the person, because I feel like you are, because it's soul recognition. It's not about the package. I keep telling you, it's not about the package that they come in, but I'm also saying that part of you may feel some type of way because you like, well, fuck, I worked on myself. Why the fuck you can't work on yourself? You see what I'm saying? So this is what it looks like. This is what it would look like if you got into something with this person showing up like this and not doing this, okay? All right, let's move on. All right, next question is some cards to describe your relationship in the near future, all right? What you're headed towards with this person, okay? If you do what you're supposed to do and stop rushing shit and allow it to stop screaming at the damn banana, the green banana, telling it to be yellow, and you move through, make your moves and do the healing, right? So we got the Page of Wands showing up here. Fire sign or someone with a lot of fire in their chart, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We have the Three of Wands, and we've got the Ace of Wands as well. So passion, a lot of passion, okay? With the Three of Wands, look at the ship. This is talking about waiting for your ships to come in, but your ship is gonna be here. That's what Spirit is saying. The ship has sailed, is on the way to you, and it's almost at the damn dock, okay? In the future. Then we got the Page of Wands showing up here, which is talking about you and this person being passionate about each other, excited, curious about, being together, and there being lots of communication with the Page of Wands. And then with the Ace of Wands, you and this person having a fresh, new, passionate start together, okay? All right, let's clarify. Okay, let's see why this is going. Okay, so we've got the answer is no and the stuck card. So I feel like this is your person saying the answer is no to being stuck. They're doing what they need to do to not be stuck, right? They're wanting to come into this connection and, the both of you be able to compromise with each other and have patience with each other as well, okay? Hold on. Ooh. Okay, then we've got finality. It says farewells, leaving behind closure. This person is, getting closure for certain things. And I feel like, getting closure from certain people possibly, and giving themselves closure when it comes to certain things to be, more receptive to this connection. And then again, we've got the past life card. Is talking about, deja vu, repeated patterns, karmic lessons. Like I said, you and this person have shared a past life with each other, many past lives together, okay? All right, let's get some cards for you. Okay, so this is what you've experienced. I feel like the most of your relationship life, and I'm not just talking about romantic relationship. I'm talking about all of it. Tea and drama, and being abandoned and not committed to. Okay, all right. So you're wanting that to change, right? So how do you think that it is going to change if you don't do nothing to make it change? Because that's what people don't understand. They think it's the other people that gotta change. Hold on. They think it's the other people that got to change. It ain't the other people that got to change. It's you. It's you. Because like I said, everybody's responding to your energy. That's what I'm trying to get y'all to understand. I'm not saying you consciously walking around saying you want to be fucked over by people. Not saying that. But I'm saying you've experienced things to where your subconscious mind has made certain, drawn certain conclusions about the things you've experienced. And it's trying to stop you from being fucked over, but in crazy ways, like, putting you in relationships where you keep getting the same type of treatment and behavior, because in your subconscious mind, you feel like that's all you deserve because that's all you've ever gotten in the past, okay? So we've got the feeling trapped card. It says feeling trapped isn't part of the love deal. If there's no key in sight, it might be time to break free. So this is about you breaking yourself out of these fucking patterns. So you stop attracting these people who act like fucking clowns and who don't, you know, act like cornballs and don't fucking treat you the way you deserve to be treated. Okay? But like I said, you have to understand that you deserve this. This is where self-love comes into. Because if you ain't healing your fucking self, you need to be questioning your self fucking love. Okay? Because I'm telling you, once you love yourself, certain shit you not putting up with no more. All right? And you'll be willing to do the work you need to do in order to make sure that that doesn't happen. Okay? Then we've got undefined here. It says, you're sharing energy, time, and maybe even intimacy, but no one's naming what this is. If you feel uncertain, it's because the foundation is unclear. And how can you define how you feel about anybody if you don't even know how you feel about yourself, or you don't even know how to do what is needed to be done, or you won't even do what's needed to be done to be open and ready for this person to show up? I'm not talking to all of y'all. It's some of y'all. Like I said, I feel like some of these things apply to some of y'all. Some of these things apply to some of, you know, others of y'all. And some of these things apply to you know, for you know, others. All of it applies. That's what I feel like it is. Okay? So you take what resonates and leave the rest. Like I said, you know if you're doing the work you need to do. Because if you're doing what you're supposed to do, what I'm saying to you wouldn't even be bothering you. Because like I said, when I hear people talk about stuff like that, I'm like, oh, you ain't talking to me because I did what I'm supposed to do. You see what I'm saying? But if you getting affected by it, if it's pissing you off, or if you making you feel some type of way, it's because you know, you deep down inside, you know you're not doing what the fuck you're supposed to do. That's the point. That's the point in this. It's supposed to blow you up and make you feel a certain way if you know you're not doing what you're supposed to do. Okay? All right. So let's move on. So the last thing, we're going to get a message from your person's higher self, the soulmate's higher self. Let's see what they want to tell you. Let me get the card. Okay. Okay, you got 3. All right, so we've got signs, we've got need you, and wanting. So let's start with wanting. It says, I'm feeling the urge to come towards you. I can't help wanting you sexually. Your energy excites me and allures me. I want your touch. I'm craving you. Your body turns me on. I just want you right now. And they're saying, please come home. Okay? Please come home, baby. Then we've got need you. Okay? They see you as like, you know, their queen or their king. It says, you are so nurturing, magnetic, and a passionate queen or king in my life. Your light shines bright and guides me through my darkness. You feel like home to me, and I always feel very happy and comfortable in your presence. Thank you, my love, for always sending me healing energy and love. I need you and your energy even more now, okay? Then we've got signs. It says, I am reminded of you constantly. I have been seeing so many signs and synchronicities that remind me of you. It's made me feel certain that you're the one for me and that we have a brighter future. I just have to figure out how to follow the signs. I am gaining strength and courage for that. Okay? All right. Okay, now we're going to get some other messages from them, from some other cards. Okay. So we have, look, see? They fucking telling you. It says victim. This is your person telling you this shit. It says, I can't save you or fix all of your problems for you. I keep telling you, you are 100% responsible, Pisces, for fixing your shit. You and nobody else. You can point the finger all damn day long, but it's some fundamental things going on subconsciously that need to be dealt with. Limiting beliefs, you know, things that you thinking, okay? You got to start to watch the things you're thinking and the things that you're saying to yourself. Then it says friend. It says we share a connection or a mutual friend or acquaintance. So some of you, like I told you, you could be in the same friend group. You could know, you know, the same people. It's going to be different for everyone, okay? Then we've got ego showing up here. It says, will your ego allow space for us to have an equal partnership? See, if you're not doing no healing and you coming in angry and pissed off because of the way the last person did you, you're going to be looking for fucking revenge from any place you can fucking get it from. You're going to be salty, and you're going to be quick to anger. And when something happens, you're going to be fucking blowing up. It's going to be some big old fucking mess. And I'm telling you, it happens subconsciously. It's like it's out of your control. It's like you can see something happening. You can see it happening, and you can't fucking stop yourself. Okay? Because it's like you on autopilot, basically. And so I'm trying to explain to you what you need to do to get out of that. Because you got to become a different person if you want a different life. That's the whole thing behind all of this. Okay? You can listen to all the tarot card readings you fucking want to. Okay? But if you're not doing nothing, if you're not making no moves, don't come in the comments and get mad at me because I say something about the fucking twin because the motherfucker is stealing your energy because you ain't doing nothing to kick him out. Okay? This is what I'm trying to get you to understand. Because in order to get this person out of your energy, you're going to have to do the healing you motherfucking need to do. And then you're going to have to, when this new person comes along, you're going to have to make it efficient with them. And when this twin shows up, you're going to have to give them the fucking middle finger. That's what you're going to have to do to get this person out of your energy. But like I said, the reason why I know they still there, because you shouldn't be showing up motherfucking angry. You shouldn't be showing up angry. I can tell the difference when the twin shows up and it is because they are lingering, and the twin shows up and it's because you ain't doing what the fuck you're supposed to do. I can tell. Spirit tells me all of it. You cannot hide from me. If you're watching this shit and you're supposed to be seeing what's going on here, you can't hide it. I'm going to see it. I'm reading your motherfucking energy. And I'm not saying that to be cocky or to be mean or nasty, but I'm trying to wake you the fuck up, Pisces, because this shit, you don't have the rest of your life to do all this. You don't have the rest of your life to do all this. You're going to be pissed when you start to see these people going off with their people, and you're going to be like, well, what about me? Where's my person? And then I'm going to ask you what I ask everybody else. Are you fucking doing your healing? Are you getting out of this angry energy? Are you screaming and hollering if I start to say the word twin? Are you screaming and hollering that it's coming out in the cards like I'm purposefully bringing it out? And not that I'm reading your energy and the motherfuckers in your energy. This is the type of shit that you need to be looking at, okay? Because everybody want to look outside, but it's not outside. It's all within us. And I know that's a difficult thing to do. I know it's not easy, okay? Because I like I said, I'm not sitting here saying that the things you went through, you deserved it or any kind of shit like that. I'm not taking the other person's side because I feel like what they did was fucked up. And some of these stories and the things y'all have told me, I'm like, oh my God, my heart goes out to y'all. But you have to change your situation, Pisces. You're the only person that has the fucking power to do that. I can tell you all day long. I can give you solutions that you can try all day long. But if you don't do nothing, it's gonna stay the same. You just gonna sit here every fucking day, and it's just gonna be the same fucking situation. You're going to be thinking the same. You're going to be doing the same. You're going to be experiencing the same thing. That's why our life, for the most part, it's the same. And it doesn't change because we have the same thoughts. We're thinking the same things. We do the same things all the time. It's just like we just talked about. The person that wasn't working on themselves, right? And comes into the relationship with the person that is. And it's like, here I am. And the other person is like, but wait, I'm working on myself. Why are you not doing it? Why are you not doing it? Like I said, it's a different story if you got medical issues or some shit like that, but you can still get yourself together with the way you eat, right? So this is what I'm trying to get you to understand is that if you want your life to change, if you're fed up with the way that it is, you're fed up with the way your love life is, you have to make the change. It has nothing to do with the fucking twin. It has nothing to do with who is it? Tabitha and John and whatever the fuck in the past. It has nothing to do with them. It's you. It's the shit you picked up when you were a kid. And like I said, it's not your fault. You picked it up. But when you become an adult, it is your responsibility to fix your shit. Your responsibility. Nobody can fix it for you. You have to fix it because you're the adult. You're the person controlling things. You know what's going on in your head. You know what happened to you. You know what you need to do. Okay? Because like I said, some of y'all been dragging this shit around forever, and you can't continue to do that and not do nothing about it and then get upset. because shit ain't turning out the way you want it to turn out. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand. It's not turning out the way you want it to turn out because you not doing what the fuck you need to do. It ain't us. It's you. Just like my shit. If I wanted to turn out a certain way, I know I got to do what I got to do. But see, I'm a personal development head. I will do it. You know, like I said, I ain't saying I don't have my days where I be like, oh, I don't fucking feel like this shit because I, getting upset and all that kind of shit. I get it. Because I'm like that too. Some days I just be like, I just can't do it today. But you best believe if I didn't do it today, I'm damn sure going to do it tomorrow. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand. You have to be relentless. You have to love yourself enough. Because at the end of the day, it's not about no twin flame or no motherfucking soulmate or Jack and Jill in the past. It's not about them. It's about you and the self-love you have for yourself and the way you carry yourself and the shit you willing to do to make sure that you're okay. You got to be willing to do whatever the fuck you got to do to be okay. You have to be in that type of mindset if you want this shit to work out. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand. You got to be fucking relentless. You got to be like, I'm going to fucking keep doing it until it changes. I'm going to keep doing it until I get what the fuck it is I want because this is what I deserve. That's the way you got to be. You can't be like, oh, I'll go hard today and then maybe tomorrow. You know how I talk about how y'all, we love 100%. We give it our all. You gotta give that same 100% to your fucking self. Stop giving everything out to everybody else and save some shit for yourself and put it on you. Because if you don't love you a certain way, this person's not gonna come in and love you that way. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand. You got to love you enough to where you like, we're not doing this. We got to take care of ourselves. We got to do it. It's everything. It's not just the physical. Some people in this world, they all about taking care of the outside and they do nothing on the inside. And so it don't matter, excuse me, at the end of the day. If you fine as fuck on the outside, but you fucking trash on the inside, what is that? To me, I would rather have somebody who may not look the greatest on the outside, but on the inside, they got a goddamn heart of gold and will do anything for me and I'll do anything for them at the end of the day. Because that's all it's about. Because all of this here ain't going to be here forever. Okay? It ain't going to look the same forever. That's what you got to understand. But the inside, the changes that you make on the inside, if you continue and you adamant about it and you not willing to give up, they can last a lifetime, but you got to do the work to fucking get there. And every day that passes that you don't do nothing, that's one day behind. You behind everybody else and you behind. That's one less day or one more day it's going to take for this new person to come into your life. That's what you got to think of. Every day you don't fucking do what you need to do for you is one more day that is going to take for this person to come into your life. Think about that. Think about it like that. But like I said, you shouldn't be doing this just to get into a relationship with somebody. You should be doing this for the love of you. That's what I'm trying to get you to get. Okay? All right. Look, we already. I'm like, where the hell did the damn hour go? We already into almost an hour and 3 minutes. Let me give you these messages from Spirit and give you these other messages so you can go. Okay? All right. So we've got growth potential showing up here. It says embrace change to unlock your full potential and flourish. Then we have hurtful events. It says, as you navigate this challenging time, learn to let go of the past so it won't weigh you down. Then we have gentle release. Okay? It says, let yourself surrender to the flow of life's mysterious currents. Okay? All right. So when it comes to your person, other messages we have for them, it says, you're the only one I see. I'm keeping tabs on you. No matter how hard I try, my thoughts always sway back to you. And then we've got, I can't keep going on without you. So this person, like I said, they want to be with you just as badly as you want to be with them. But, they not going to be, they not going to like it if you show up and you ain't, you mad, you angry all the time. Like I told you, this young lady that sent me a comment this week or last week, and she was saying her person showed up and she's angry because she hasn't finished her healing, and she says she's walking around angry all the time. Like I told you, on autopilot, she angry at her soulmate, and the soulmate ain't done nothing to her, and how she is just, it's like she had a come to Jesus moment. She realized the things that I was telling her, that Spirit was telling me, that you need to heal your fucking shit. Otherwise, it's going to come out in the fucking relationship. She realized that. And now she's going back trying to heal. But she was telling me how she pushing her person away and is angry at them. And they didn't do nothing. But it's because this is why. Okay? Because like I told y'all be thinking, oh, you know, God wanted to say something, but I ain't going to say this person's name. There is an actor. I'm not going to tell you this person's name. But some of y'all will know exactly who I'm talking about. This person jumps from relationship to relationship. This is a big actor, like an A-list actor. They jump from relationship to relationship, don't heal shit, and then it's like they don't get why they can't keep a fucking relationship. Okay, they can get in a lot of them, but they can't sustain them because they're not. It's clear that they're not working on themselves in between the relationships. Okay, all right. So I'm saying all this to say, you gotta be that version of yourself that deserves to be in a relationship with this person. Like I said, I'm not saying that you don't deserve to be with somebody like this, but I'm saying there's a certain energy you got to sit in to bring this person in. And some of y'all are not doing what you need to do. Okay, so we've got your messages mean more to me than you'll ever know. Then we have everything is happening in divine timing. We've got you will see me in your dreams. You are my destiny. And then let me get these, the fairies, the romantic fairy cards, because I got to go eat. I'm hungry. Okay, so we got reaching out. It says expect a call or text from your person of interest. Then we have magnetism. There's a gravitational pull to each other. Then we have rendezvous, a private getaway for two is calling you. And then natural evolution. It says, let the situation unfold naturally, right? Stop throwing your damn tuxedo and your fucking wedding dress in the back seat on the first fucking date. Stop doing that, okay? You know that's where it's headed. We get it, okay? You know that. So knowing that, it's like watching a movie that you've seen before, right? You already know how it ends, right? So why would you turn on the movie and just fast forward the bitch to the end, right? Just because you know how it's going to end, it doesn't mean that you still can't enjoy the movie, right? Because you know you're going to be with this person, you know you're going to be with them forever. Savor the connection, savor the things that you're learning from them, savor the experiences that you're going through, okay? All right, let me get on up out of here because I done kept y'all alone, fussing at y'all. They kept y'all for a long time, past the time that I thought. Every time I sit down and I'm like, oh, we only gonna be here for a few minutes or whatever, it just goes to show I never know what's gonna happen when I sit down and read these cards, okay? All right, Pisces, I love y'all. You got this. You can do this. You can fix your life. Don't ever believe you can't fix your life. This is about you believing in your fucking self, okay? You had the damn... Oh, God, where is it at? Where is it? There it is. You had the strength card show up. I never said anything about it, but it was in the overall energy pile. And this card is about you believing in yourself. That is how you're going to overcome the things that you've been through in order to open up to this connection. That's what it is. It's just you've been through shit and it's chipped away at your belief in yourself. And that's understandable. It happens with everybody. It doesn't mean you're weak. It doesn't mean, anything negative. It just means you're going through a valley at this time. But in order for you to rise to that peak again, you got to do your fucking work. You have to do your work. You can't just coast and just allow it. Because who the fuck want to be 70, 80, 90 years old? Where my soulmate? Where my soulmate? Who the fuck wants that? Who the fuck wants that when you too goddamn old to thoroughly enjoy it? And you know what I mean, okay? All right, so get to work. Do what it is you need to do. You can do this. You can fix your life. And it doesn't have to be all in one fucking day. Just do an hour. Do 30 minutes a day. Do something. Love yourself enough to do that, okay? All right, Pisces, I love y'all. I hope this helped. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there is a link in the description box below. Please have a good day and a good rest of your week, and I will talk to you soon. I love y'all. Bye, Pisces.